Alright, I'm back again. I've put a collective of maybe like 50 hours into putting this whole thing together. It's basically been an entire part of my life. So to say that this has just gone not the way I wanted it to is just entirely the truth. So I'm actually about to like lose my mind. About an hour ago, I was considering just completely scrapping the idea because um, my connection was not working and I couldn't find a way to get it to work. And I thought I figured it out just for the whole field to wreck on lap 4. And I think that kind of hurts the integrity of the entire series to redo a race. But to be honest with you, I've worked too hard for it to just go like that immediately. So, in my opinion, I think I'm just going to restart. So, I'm sorry for everybody who got screwed in that deal. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for the integrity of the series that I'm restarting this entire thing, but at this point, I cannot stand to let that play out. So I'm going to make a community post saying that the race is actually live now, and hopefully this thing goes well, or else, maybe I just will completely scrap this entire everything and just give up on life. Like I said, I've put in I've put in so many hours into this series to try to because I wanted to make a project that would, be different from everything that I've done, and it's really frustrating to see all of that fall apart on lap 2, and I knowing that the entire rest of the race was going to be ruined, like an hour's worth of content is just wasted, knowing that we're just gonna see a bunch of cars going around in circles the entire time with nothing happening. If they wreck on lap 4 again, we're not gonna change it. Okay, this was my my one mulligan ever, and I would say that I would be a little more forgiving with this whole situation if it weren't for the fact that I was already frustrated at my computer for not working in the first place. So like that has something to do with it too. But this is it. No matter what happens now, they could wreck the entire field lap 1, and I'm just gonna stick out with it. Um, at this point, I need to share this link with a friend. All right, let's get into it. I deleted the entire previous streams. None of that deserves to ever be put back in the eyes of anyone ever. And we're just gonna move on like absolutely nothing happened now that I've said my grievances on basically. delete that video. Like I said, I want absolutely nothing to do with whatever the hell just happened. Alright. 289 seconds. Sorry to its water container for screwing up your chances because of getting frustrated, but at the same time, I wanted something better than that. I made the drafting distance further, so if this, I don't even know if there'll be a single incident, but I'd rather have something, at least something to watch. So, with that being said, here's the field. Jimmy Waffles is beside James Bernstein. Average Sucks is beside John Vance in the 01 Aviation Machine. And then Joey Hayes is in row number 3 beside Bob Smith. Ben Shades is beside Camden Ross in row number 4. Liam Beach is beside Reagan in row number 5. Gort is beside Ethan Trendler for Ethan Trendler Racing in row number 6. DeCools is beside Hugh Kyleson in row number 7. Dylan Cabanas is beside Jesse Vaughters. John Quinton is beside Tom Tittles. Philip Moore is beside Caleb Dellinger. Mario Abdelmalik is beside Justin Kent. Matt Kenzer is beside The Rizzler, which I'm going to always refer to him as The Rizzler because it's a lot funnier to me. Jackson Burgum is beside Lucas Faisal. Liliana Russell is beside Mila Jensen. Owen Aviation is beside Brady Thompson. And then King Cawthorn is beside Austin Sieg. William Ayers is beside Luke Bowler. Kylie White is beside Paintballer. Wyatt Thompson is beside Logan Thomas. And then number 6 is beside Austin Brakey. We've already gone over who has made the field and who has gone, but if you were just tuning in, maybe someone is. James Bernstein made it in the field, duel number 2. Camden Ross made it in the field, duel number 2, or duel number 1, excuse me there. The Cools made it in the field, duel number 2. And then Austin Brakey made it in the field, duel number 2. The rest of the guys that you see in duel number 2, they did not make the field as they were involved in some sort of incident likely, or they just did not race their way in. With that being said, let's get into the show as we completely ignore the past events and act like it was a weird fever dream. Sounds good to me. If a wreck happens early on again, I will collapse in my chair, but I will continue streaming at this point. Alrighty. 48 laps, there will be a pit stop somewhere within the race. Most of the time multiple depending on incident. Holy crap! Were you even there for the first stream or the second stream or the third stream? Alright, we got a minute left. I'm telling you, for your own sake, that having 19 cars for basically a 40 lap race is incredibly not so fun to watch. Especially with lap traffic with all the cars that were torn up. Now, will people wreck potentially at that exact same lap? Yes, it is possible for it to happen again. I did a simulation run for like I just fast forwarded it, and there was a wreck on lap 5. So then I quickly, first of all, let me see how much we got. We got 10 seconds. All right, let's hear the command first to start these engines. Most famous words in motorsports. It's the exact same lady as the last time. Isn't that incredible? Look, that race didn't even happen. Alright, getting ready to go green. I want to like do a quick scan through the field to make sure that there's no cars that are absolutely collapsing in on themselves right now. It's water container. I will personally give you a hug if a wreck happens that tears up all your cars. Let's just all blame Liliana Russell for ruining the entire the entire stream, all right? Now, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. I'm preparing for a wreck to happen on lap 1 that tears up every car but one. I'm hoping that we get through this race and we have an exciting race that everybody will remember for the rest of their lives. Will either which happen? Probably not. Who's Liliana Russell? I said Liliana Russell, but if you didn't hear me, then that's probably because I speak like a chipmunk, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm giving up on being professional anymore. I'm done. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of dealing with this and that. Let's just get this race. Let's get it started. Let's get going. Let's get excited. Let's see some action. All right. Pulling into the front stretch for the second time. The pace car pulls off. Jimmy Waffles is leading. And we take the green here at Daytona. Decent launch, but they're still side by side. '72 jumps ahead, gets a good lead. Car is now shuffling yet again down the back straightaway for the first time. Bob Smith looks low. The 14 tries to block the 95, can't make the move. He gets shoved in the middle. Camden Ross follows Bob Smith. Now the 95 of James Bernstein gets shuffled out to the outside lane. As John Vance goes to the middle, he's going to look to the middle of the 14 car as well. We've made it to the lap 2 mark, so the worst case scenario has not happened. As now they're shuffling everywhere. Look at those cars moving to the outside lane. Hugh Kylson goes down low. Ethan Trendler follows the tube and out, spits him out as he follows into the middle. DeCools follows him then. As we look at most of the rest of the pack. Every car who leads to this race will get an extra point. The person who leads the most laps gets an extra 2 bonus points. 3 points total. This is very significant to the champion standings. Here comes the 77 looking into turn number 3. But he has that 10 car right in his back bumper. Looking low. What will he do? He can't make the move yet. Coming into the tri-oval for the 3rd lap. Oh, the 10 car gets underneath of him, but the 77 car of Liam Beach leads that lap. The rest of the field is shuffling 3 wide. Down to the middle, Bob Smith. That 76 car, Ben Shades, is looking to figure out a spot to go to. As we pan across the rest of the pack, Hugh Kylson is leading, but look at Jesse Vaughters on that inside lane. Now we're 3 wide for the lead. 2 Chargers and a Mustang. The Mustang now surges ahead. Oh, don't go 4 wide. Thank you. You listen to me for once. This is what happens when you listen to me. You get things done. You don't wreck the entire field. Alright. Lap 4. We are 3 wide through most of the pack. And now look at that 77 go from top to bottom into turn number 1. Here's the Cools now, following in the footsteps of that 77. Look at this sword packed down the back straightaway. 3 wide through most of the field. Kendall Cool mount a charge. Liam Beach holds him off. Leads the 3rd lap. But here comes Camden Ross in the outside lane. Does he get a run? He blocks the 19 car. Can't make a move. Jesse Waters goes from the middle lane down to the bottom. The 19 goes to the middle. Oh, that 77 car peaks under the 10. Oh, look at Gort squeeze into that middle lane. Back in the back. The 77 blocking from the high lane down to the middle. Now he kind of staggers in between the both of the second place cars battling. Still 3 wide through most of the pack. A 77 car blocks low. Shuffles to the high side. Look at Joey Hayes on the inside now, painting that double yellow line. And he's able to pick up multiple spots, following his Full Throttle Motorsports teammate, DeCools. Is anyone able to shuffle out the 77 car? At the moment, the answer is no. He gets a push from Camden Ross, and Liam Beach continues to lead. Jesse Waters gets put in the middle. But here comes that 67 car mounting a charge. Oh, they're 4 wide now. They're 4 wide. Oh, and there they go. Dylan Cabanas gets spun around in front of the field. They check up. Oh, and one car's in the wall. Oh, and they're scattering everywhere. And now around. Kent's around. Matt Kenter's involved. Austin Brakey. The Rizzler. Johnny Quinton. This is from all of the field shuffling to slow down after the 54 spun out. A lot of damage on that 23 machine, as well as the 44 and the 83 of Brakey's involved. That's 6 cars all torn up. Justin Kent, first car to go around. Oh, Logan Thomas with damage. Matt Kenzer with damage. I think Paintballer made it out. Yeah, he's no damage. Now the rest of the field. Oh, it looks like we have a couple more cars with damage. Looks like Luke Bowler might have some damage. First caution is out. Lap number 6. These 2 cars are done for the day. The 44 and the 23. That 83 will need repairs. That 6 car might be done. Oh, they stack up. And there's a collision. Down on the backstretch. King Cawthorne is now torn up. We're really destroying cars today. And that 54 is more torn up. Isn't this just unfortunate? Let's get a replay of what just happened. This is really just... I think this is just ARCA Part 2. Not gonna lie. So we go back. So you can see the 54. He's the first one to get turned sideways as they go 4 wide in the tri-oval. And that looks to be the first problem. They go 4 wide, and this is what caused that big one in the first race. The 54 spins out, and I look for a moment that looked like to be the only problem, but then the 7 car pulls down low, comes back up, they go 4 wide again, And he just cuts off the 50 car, spins, collects the 54, the 23 gets damaged, the 1 car gets damaged. There's where the 44 comes flying in. Just get another replay. I want to see what the 1 car saw there, because to be honest, that just kind of all landed right on his lap. Alright, we're going to be riding with Reagan here. As you see, contact up ahead, and there goes Cabanas around. And then everything looks fine for a moment. And then contact. Oh, it might have started with the 17 coming down into the 7, actually. And then a wreck ensues. So leading is the Cools. After that is Hugh Kylson, Jesse Vaughters, Joey Hayes, Philip Moore, Dellinger, Ben Shades, Mila Jensen, Brady Thompson, Austin Sieg, Liliana Russell, Luke Bowler, Kylie Wyatt, Wyatt Thompson, Lucas Fazel's in the 22nd position, Jackson Burgum is in the 23rd, Paintballer 25th. I think there's a little bit of a gap there. As you follow back, these are the cars that are undamaged. The rest, though, are more torn up from the accident. Pit stops are now taking place for all the cars that were involved. Lap number 10. There you are. Tom Tittles just shuffled into position. Where is he sitting right now? 31st. But he is undamaged. Now this is when things get interesting. When the cars restart, I can guarantee you about 15 cars will be in the main pack. How many cars will be able to stay up in that main pack is up for grabs right now. I could see maybe 25 cars, if not 20. It gets pretty complicated after that point on how many cars will be able to stay a part of the pack. Or that bump. So we're pacing it out right now. Under caution at Daytona for the first accident, which involved several cars. Looks to me like we have about 5 cars out. The 44, I believe. The 7, I believe. Seems to be 2 of the ones. The 23 is out. That's 3 of them. As you look at the slider, you can tell which cars are actually out here. I actually do not have access. Lap number 11. We are not even quarter through this race. The lights are out in the pace car. We will be going back to green this lap. Let's get our top 10 here. DeCools, Hugh Kylson, Jesse Vaughters 3rd, Joey Hayes 4th, Philip Moore 5th, Caleb Dellinger 6th, Ben Shades 7th, Mila Jensen 8th, Brady Thompson 9th, and in the 10th position, Austin Sieg. As it looks like, here's the rest of the field as it looks. I think some of the cars that are going to be kind of a problem is Reagan, Thomas, Cabanas, Brakey, and Kenzer. I suspect that those cars are going to be a little bit off the pace after the damage at this point. Coming back to the green flag to start lap number 12. We are a quarter of the way through the race. DeCools now crosses the start-finish line, and we are back to green. Now it's all about formulating that energy and trying to make the move. As you see, Kylie Wyatt looks way down to the inside further back as cars try to get around each other. As the field scrambles down the back straightaway for the first time as we've gone back to green. There comes Dellinger down to the inside of Joey Hayes. Hayes follows Philip Moore. And now Jensen goes down to the bottom. But it is still DeCools and Hugh Kylson. 1-2. This is actually kind of interesting. That 67 car is not full time, but it could take away those extra bonus points for leading the most laps, so we got to watch out for that. Kylie White and Ben Shades now down to the bottom. They are 3 wide for 3rd and on back. 2 rows deep, looking 3 rows deep. Let's look through some of the field. Looks like Austin Sieg's a part of that pack. Paintballer's a part of that pack. Luke Bowler, Camden Ross, Liam Beach are all part of that. Jackson Burgum, Trendler, Gort, and Jimmy Waffles. After that, it's more of a scramble of cars to try to get up to the pack. Abdul Malik, Cabanas. At this point, these drivers are just looking to get a caution. But the rest of these cars are going to try to push back up to that front pack. Get a hold of that draft and maybe contend with the other race leaders. We're on lap 15. Here comes Dellinger now down to the inside of Mila Jensen. Kylie White has really made a force to be reckoned with as she has pushed through most of the field, but is now shuffled out to the outside by Lucas Faisal. Jensen and Wyatt now pushing back. Dellinger looking under Hugh Kylson for 3rd. Oh, he tries to come down and blocks Lucas Faisal barely. Lap 15. I will add that ticker looks to be off by a couple laps, and I believe it. I don't understand why it's off, but I'll have to try to work on that. I don't understand why it does that for some reason. Looks like we got a smaller pack forming up back there with Tom Tittles and the rest of them. Bob Smith. We'll see if they're able to push back up to the front pack. If not, they might be a contender if we have another caution. Which I can guarantee that we will. So now it's the Cools pushed by Lucas Faisal. Lap number 16. Camden now in the middle. Ethan Trendler pacing the bottom. He is now taking over that third spot, but just barely. As you see, the race is on past second place. The first two have extended a bit of a gap. Here comes Jimmy Waffles pushing the 19 into the middle. 3 wide now for fourth. And here comes a pass for the lead. Lucas Faisal now down to the inside. Those two Toyotas are side by side. Here comes Camden now. He is getting pushed by Jimmy Waffles. As you see further in the back, that field is all shuffled out. Oh, here comes Camden Ross now looking for the lead. One of the open cars. This is the second open car to now lead. As now we're looking 3 wide through most of the pack. Oh, here comes Jimmy Waffles down to the inside. Now that's Solaris Toyota pushed on the outside. Did I just say Toyota? I love myself, don't I? Alright. The 72 machine. Jimmy Waffles leads this lap. Here comes Jesse Vaughters and Joey Hayes contending for second. Oh, guess who's in that catbird seat now for the lead? Philip Moore. He's getting pushed by Jackson Burgum. Side by side for second, but Jimmy Waffles has extended a pretty wide lead. He was the pole sitter, so it does not surprise me that he's that fast. Liliana Russell pushing the 17 car. Geez, that ticker is really far off. That is so weird. Oh no, no! Here comes Austin Brakey. He's blocking. Where will the field go to go around him? We have our first lap car moment. Liliana Russell now assumes the lead after that. They're still shuffling behind them to get around that 83 car. And this is a problem when you have a wreck early, as the rest of the field gets all mixed up. Oh, they're trying to go around them. They're 4 wide here for a brief moment. So it looks like they're going to have to get themselves sorted up. This will actually help out that second pack, which might be able to mount a charge back up to the lead pack. Jackson Burgum, though. Oh, and Caleb Dellinger have been both heavily affected by that 83 machine. Now the rest of the pack will have to shuffle their way back up into the lead draft. So now Ben Shades is our leader, with the 12 car Brittany Thompson in second. We got ourselves an interesting race here. Looks like the rest of these guys should be able to push their way back up into the draft. After that, Dellinger, Burgum, and Smith seem to be goners. These guys should be able to get back up there. That 83 really switched things up a little bit, unfortunately for some. Fortunately for others. Now we're pacing for lap 21. This race is now flown by after that first caution. We have a lap car coming up again. And it is Logan, Thomas, and Reagan. Now they're 3 wide. Gort's now shoved in the middle with Liliana Russell. Camden Ross looking under the 05 car for that third position. Now looking up into second. It'll only be a couple laps before the field catches those lap cars, and this could really mix things up. Looks like, oh, they're 4 wide. They're 4 wide again. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, they got sorted out. It looks like two of the White Lightning racing cars got stuck 4 wide with Lucas Faisal and Joey Hayes, but they got sorted out rather quickly this time. No accident. Here comes Hugh Carlson. He has not been up here in a while. But he gets shuffled in the middle by Ethan Trendler. Here comes those lap cars. It'll not be more than a couple corners before they catch them. They're catching them right into turn number 2. And as they get onto the back straightaway, where will they go? Oh! 72 car makes a move. He gets blocked. 2 car looks low, but he can't make a move. Now they block high, and the 72 car gets the right to go right around them and continue to hold that lead. But Lucas Faisal and Philip Moore are coming behind them. The question is, how will this affect the rest of the field? It affects it heavily. For an update, we're on lap 24. Now we have about 10 cars in this thing. A lot of other guys just got shuffled out because of those lap cars. Hugh Carlson and Ethan Trendler and Kylie White, big losers in this situation. They got pushed the whole way out of this. It has been a frustrating race for some. Honestly, I think I hate this race more than some of these guys out here racing right now. Let's just pack it up and get to Auto Club at this point. If we get a caution, this brings everything back together, but we have really cut down our numbers. I don't even know if we're going to get another caution. There's another lap car. I think that's the 71. That might make things a little interesting here. But here comes Nicole's looking for the lead. He's been one of the dominant cars of the entire race. Now, to the lead is that 67 machine. Looks like Jesse Vaughters, Joey Hayes, Camden Ross might be able to get back within the lead group. Luke Bowler, I have no idea if he'll be able to make it up there. I don't know if he has enough of a draft. This one's gonna be interesting here with Joey Hayes, with the Full Throttle Motorsports machine and the 12. I wanted to say Joey Hayes machine, but that does not make any sense. Okay, he blocks high, and there goes the 12 car. Brady Thompson now to the lead, and there goes that Full Throttle Motorsports car. And now he blocks low. And where do they go around him? Oh, this is so frustrating to watch. We're really picking off cars one by one here with these lap cars. Slowly, the field is getting shuffled out because of all these slower cars. And here's that second pack of cars, which is actually getting bigger now that there's so many lap cars. When the second pack is getting as big as the first pack, then you got a problem. So we got 4 cars now pacing the field. Here comes Liliana Russell to make that 5 cars. We're about to hit lap 30 here. We're really pushing towards that mark. As we got more lap cars coming up. Looks like Austin Brakey again. Cabanas, Abdulmalik, Ayers are the next lap cars. And we have to make a pit stop too before ending this race. So we might have some strategy move on here. But here we go, ready to narrow down the field for the 10th time as we exit the tri-oval and enter turn number 1. As we close in on that 83 car, looks like Gort is our leader, but Russell wants to take the lead. They make contact for a brief moment, and the 83 gets shot up the middle, and he tries to block high, gets past on both sides, 4 wide for a moment. Oh, and he gets turned down the back straightaway. Braking gets turned. Caution flag is out, and that is the kicker right there. That's what we need. And back on the racetrack. Watch out, lap cars. Oh, nearly gets hit again. Unbelievable. Uh-oh. What does that sound? That is the sound of dread. And that is the caution that I think we all needed here. As traffic causes trouble. And I think Gort was our leader here as we come to caution. And all those cars that just got shuffled out from that lap traffic are back in the race. And this says, screw you to that fuel strategy. We're going to pit now. If anybody decides to stay out, then that's definitely a risky call, but it might be worth it. So Gort's your leader. Let's get a replay of this accident. It looked like it was just all... Oh no, Brady Thompson blows up. What a shame for that car. A bad decision in Duel 2 cost him that win, and now his car just gives out on him nearing the end of this race. Isn't that unfortunate? That 83 car was just asking for that to happen, unfortunately. He made the show, but got involved in an accident and just has not been the same. Let's see what happened with that 83 car. The field was just really trying to split that 83 car. As you see, the 87 goes down low. The 12 goes high. And it looks like Ben Shades just gets in the back of the 83. And he just spins around. And watch this wreck avoidance by the second pack of cars. Wyatt, Burgum, Smith. Oh, and Average Sucks barely misses that 83 machine. I want to get on board with the 76 car. Ben Shades. He was the one that made contact with the rear of that 83 machine. Back in the right rear quarter panel. As you see, this is the reaction of all the cars trying to shuffle around him. He just looks low, but he decides to go high, and he just gets right into him. And there's your caution. As you see, some of these other cars soaring on by. So now we're under the caution. We got pit stops going on. And oh no, Philip Moore with damage on the front end. It could have been one of those stack ups off of pit road again. I can guarantee you I know what it is. Oh, and more people with damage. Liam Beach. This track is not forgiving. I know exactly what happened. What's been happening is whenever these cars take the caution flag, they have to go and follow the pace car and slow down. But the cars are not slowing down enough, and we're running square into each other. Which is costing, I think that just costed another 5 cars or so. It costed some of the other cars earlier. And it's continuing to happen. Is now there's another 2 cars out of the race because of this same problem. This racetrack is good for reasons, but it is not good for other reasons. Honestly, we should just take it straight to Auto Club at this point. I cannot stand how this is all played out tonight. As a lot of these cars that just got damaged are now pitting because of the stack-up effect. A lot of contenders, too. Looks like Kenzer's down pit road. He already had damage from the first incident. Oh, and the 88 car looks like was run into. Camden Ross. I'm never coming back to this edition of Daytona ever again. That's for sure. It's very unfortunate when a chunk of the field gets taken out because of someone who overlooked something in making the track. And the 5 car looks low. Liliana Russell with a problem, I believe. Another car with an issue. We still have another pacing lap at least. Whoever can get out of this race alive is just honestly hands up. That's me clapping right there. My hands are clapping for anybody who can finish this race without an issue. Lap 31. It looks like everything fixed itself on the ticker, which is kind of goofy. There's that 5 machine. Heads down pit road. Is Gort following? Nope. Tucks back in. It looks like this will be the last pace lap as the pace car comes in to go around one more time. That 34 car still on pit road. Can they get it fixed? It's gonna happen. We'll follow up with that. Same with the 34 and the 95 as well. And the 36. Oh my gosh. When I talk to you about this series just being a work in progress, this is really all about it right here. I definitely need to make the engine reliability better because we've had way too many people with engine problems. For all the testing that I did, I was not considering the fact that the engine reliability was so low on these cars. So we have 4 lappers, which might actually cause some issues or maybe help some people out here. First one, Matt Kensler, he was the fastest out of all of them. The rest of those cars are going to be really slow, so if all the cars can miss them, then we're good. If not, well, we'll see, I guess. Lap 32. Looks like all these cars are going to be in the race. I would say everyone up to Bob Smith, maybe, still has a shot. I think as we start getting back into the 20s, we get the people who probably won't have enough time to shuffle up into the front. If these lap cars can get out of the way, if they get in the way, then I say we only have 10, 15 cars, maybe not even 15, probably like 10 cars that have a chance at this race. So we're coming to the green flag on lap 33. Green flag is out. Wyatt Thompson leading Gort and Jesse Vaughters as we take the green flag. Multiple cars go low. That is a mistake right there. Do not go low. Or you're going to get... Oh, 6, 7 go high. Go high. Go high. They're not going high. Oh, and they're stacking up behind them. These lap cars have just been a big menace in this race. And they're blocking both lanes. Why? That just ruined the race single-handedly for like half the field. I still think they have a shot back there at catching up, but basically it's a 6-car thing, and now it's just 2, and now it's just 3. It's just Gort, Wyatt Thompson, Austin Sieg. Oh, but we have pit stops going on. It looks like Gort and no, it just looks like Wyatt Thompson's pitting. This field's gonna catch back up. By the way, they're getting a run. As now Gort's leading Austin Sieg and Jesse Vaughters, and then 4th on there. Shoot. Alright, ignore that. We got 4 cars. Gort's still leading. Can that 67 catch up with the rest of the field, or is this it for our contenders? Here comes Jesse Vaughters looking to lead. That car is strong. I think we have enough time to see this rest of this pack catch up. I do not know though. They're still getting shuffled out with all these lap cars. This is just unfortunate to watch. I watched this race play out about 30 times, and this is definitely not one of the best. Pretty sure I saw a photo finish a couple times too. We still have a chance of that though. Austin C getting shuffled out. Look at that 67 car. He's the one to watch. If anyone has a shot to make the move and win this race, it is that 67 car. He narrowed down an extremely large gap and it was able to catch back up to the field. He's already making moves. He's up the middle, unfortunately, but I think he's going to be the one to watch. If anyone can win this race, it's going to be him. Austin C got shuffled out. He was doing decent. About 6 or 7 cars behind them. And then we have a pack of cars further back. They are all 3 wide back there. I didn't even notice that. There's a gaggle of cars back here. Dellinger. Oh, look at that 67 car. He is flying. He's going to look for the lead immediately. I cannot tell you how strong that 67 machine is. It looks like Bob Smith might be able to catch up to the pack as well. And I'd say, looking back, we might have a shot at getting more cars. The 19, the 96, the 30, and maybe the 88 might be able to. And I say it's a potential. I think we have pit stops going on. No, we don't. All right. I got tricked. Now we have about 6 cars. We have 6 cars in this race. As now that 67 car continues the lead. Here comes Jesse Vaughters looking low. He's also an extremely strong car as he passes Gort. I think we have a race right here. I don't know if these other 4 cars back there will be able to catch back up. I think it'll all be down to these lap cars. If they can hold up these leaders, then we might have a shot at getting more cars in this pack, or we might knock a few cars out of the pack. Look at Bob Smith. He's also extremely strong as well. He's able to catch back up. Now he's to the back bumper of the 2nd and the 3rd place cars. $11 laps remaining. I think that 19, that 30, and that 96 car might be able to catch back up to the field. Especially if once we get lappers involved in this, because they are going to happen. A lot of lap cars in this field right now. Here comes Bob Smith looking to take the lead here. And the battle's on for 2nd as well. Austin Sieg is now passing Jesse Vaughters. New leader at Daytona, the 4 of Bob Smith. As we come back to the line, we are going to be looking at 10 to go. Ethan Trendler looks to be a part of this race as well. 10 laps remaining. First lap car, I believe it's that 22 machine. Yes, it is. Wyatt Thompson. He was a contender early, but got involved when he hit another car. 3 cars, one by one, and then another single car, and then side by side. Now they're sorting things out. Here comes Jesse Vaughters down to the inside of the Cools. He can't make the move. Tucks back in. Where will these lap cars hit these 3, and will these push these other cars back there? 3 wide behind them. Look at Ethan Trendler making the moves. Oh, there's that number 3 car. How will these lap cars get handled by the lead lap vehicles? Oh, he looks low. And he blocks Trendler. Oop. Oh, barely misses him. Almost hits him there. Oh, Tom Tittles, Dellinger, Camden Ross all past them. They might be able to pick off a few more cars now. Now, Bob Smith getting pushed by that 67 machine. He's got to go around the 22. We have 9 laps remaining here at Daytona. Jesse Vaughters still trying to cling on to the draft of the other two. He's able to make a charge. We are picking off cars one by one. Now it's just to see the strongest of which cars. Whatever the strongest of these three will be the one that wins this race. And right now it looks like Bob Smith. At the meantime, let's look through most of the field. We got 01 Aviation back on track. A lot of torn up race cars. We have a pack of cars back here. I have a lot of cars that are actually still doing all right. So if we're going to have a caution, it could be these guys. And as they're going to pass a 3 car, what do? They just shuffle out past him. Kylie White is leading that group. Oh, here comes more lappers. Where will they block and who will be affected by it? So far they take the middle lane. Oh, he gets checked up for a moment, but they all get checked up. Jesse Vaughters nearly runs back into the 83. He all catches up and the gap closes up for a moment. Here comes Gort and Austin Sieg. They go around him. Oh, but Sieg gets blocked by the 1 car. This is just like a bunch of moving chicanes right now. Bob Smith. It's a 3-car freight train. What will the lap cars do and how will they affect these 3? They look low. Able to make the move. Will the 67 make the pass? He's looking low briefly. Can't make the move. 5 laps remaining. At this point, if there's a caution, the race will be ended. Question is now, which cars can... Oh, moving chicanes right now. Moving chicanes. He gets checked up by the 36 car of John Vance. Now they're both side by side behind lap cars. How will they handle these lap cars? Now they're side by side. But look at the room that's now opened up for Bob Smith. But that 36 car goes high again and blocks him. Here comes Jesse Vaughters back into the picture. 4 to go. That 67 car needs to go high or low. Get around. Oh, he blocks him. Oh, but he can't make the move. Now here comes that 67 low. Can he pass? Can he pass that 36? If he passes that 36, that's the race right there. He's looking low. He makes the move. He pulls Jesse Vaughters with him. Pass for the lead here at Daytona. And Jesse Vaughters will try to make the move too. Lap cars shuffling out the field. Now the 36 car of Vance is blocking the 4. Will Vaughters now make the move? Vaughters is peaking low. Trying to get a draft as we come back to 3 to go. Drama. The 4 car tucks behind the 95. Will that 13 car be able to make the move? Okay, Bob Smith gets low. He's still part of this race. 3 laps remaining at Daytona. DeCool's, Jesse Vaughters, Bob Smith. 1, 2, and 3. Toyota, Charger, and Camaro. DeCool's qualified for this race because of a caution late in duel number 1. Here comes Bob Smith looking low. Oh, wait, where will the 3 get hit? They go high. They split them. Here comes Bob Smith down to the inside. Another change for the lead. As we come back to 2 to go. Bob Smith now leads at Daytona. Jesse Vaughters looks low. The 67 car blocks. I think we have one more chance for lap cars. 2 laps remaining at Daytona. Will that 67 car be able to push his way back to the lead? Or will that 4 car take her home a winner? Oh, they're side by side up ahead. This is going to get interesting here in the white flag. Down the back straightaway with 2 laps to go into turn 3. That 67 slowly pulling himself closer to the back bumper, that 4. But will it work out? They're still side by side between those 2 lap cars. Looks like Matt Kenseth, Ayers, and Cabanas. White flag is out for Bob Smith. They're still side by side. Where will he hit the lap cars? He looks low. They're still side by side. Will the 67 car be able to make a move? He tries to make the middle. 1, 2, 3. Again, they continue to stay side by side. Can that 67 car do something? He's looking low. He's peaking. Here it comes. Push from Jesse Vaughters. DeCools is now side by side with the leaders. He goes low of Kenseth. New leader on the last lap. DeCools with Jesse Vaughters behind him. Coming out of turn number 4. He barely made it into this race. He got through the duels, and now DeCools is going to win the first race at Daytona. All from a last lap pass because of the lapped cars. Following through the field, the 67, the 13, and the 4. 1, 2, 3. After that is, looks like Dellinger. Looks like Tom Tittles finished 4th. Dellinger 5th. Austin Sieg 6th. Who's 7th? Jimmy Waffles is 7th. Gort's 9th. Here's the rest of them. Jackson Burgum finishes 12th. Hugh Kylson 11th. Lucas Faisal 13th. Mila Jensen 14th. Joey Hayes 15th. Paintballer 16th. Jimmy Waffles, I believe you were 7th. So you got a top 10 finish. Here's some of the rest of the field. Shades. Taking it down pit road. Drama on the last lap. The machine sponsored by its water container. The 67 car wins at Daytona in a thriller. I know that race was looking to be nothing. It was looking to be an absolute nothing burger of a race. I think that was worth it. I don't know about you guys, but I think that was worth it. Here's Joey Hayes still in the race. Tom Tittles finished 4th. So even though he was kind of in the back for most of the race, he was able to pick his way through the field and get a nice top 5. Reagan finished 31st. Next race, Auto Club, is in 2 weeks. So unfortunately, I know that we kind of got a lot of excitement out of these last couple of races, but we got a gap between now and California. I want to try to do it during the weekend because I want to see if I can get maximum viewers, maybe like in the middle of the weekend, if possible. As you see, Tom pulls at 96 car down pit road. The points will be I'll be giving out the points on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll make a community post with all the points. Philip Moore, you're not correct. California is not tomorrow. I don't have that type of life where I can just sit on my computer all day. So unfortunately, I have to like plan things out. Yeah, California should be a pretty exciting one too. Um, with that being said, we'll keep this. All the cars are pulled down pit road at the moment. Let me save this. I can show you a car. Oh, my cord keeps bumping into my thing. I gotta fix that. Alright. Saved. There you go. Why is it not tomorrow? You spelled my name wrong. It's not tomorrow because I wanted to focus on getting my chores done and stuff and being a responsible person. That's just the truth. My vocal cord is fried. Here, I'll show you the 27 up close. I don't know why I went this way. I should just went this way. Actually, you know what? We're just going to do it this way. Where are you at? Trying to read chat at the same time. Oh, there you are. Responsible, are you sure? Yeah, I mean, for the most part. Ironically, I wouldn't be surprised if the 67 car is the points leader. Only even though they're racing one race. Which is kind of crazy to me. So this is going to be the last time you see that 67 car. There he is. I'll show you the car. I wouldn't be surprised looking at how points are if the 67 car is leading. I'd say the 33 is probably up there within the top 5. Based off of that. Jimmy Waffles, unfortunately, I'm done with making new schemes, but if you just stick around for like another 6 months, we'll be doing team signups for the next year's anyways, so you know. I'm going to do it a little bit earlier. I think I'm going to do it in December or November, probably. I'm going to do team signups for year 2. Give me a little bit more of a leeway. But yeah, anything to add on to this before I wrap her up? Can you keep your cars? For the most part, I might do something a little interesting. I might make a wheel of luck or not luck if you're a current team owner, and you can either get like good stuff out of it or bad stuff. Like you have to change a number, or you have to like drop an entire team, or you gain a team. You know. But yeah, that's it for me. That was the most frustrating stream I've ever done in my life. Like, I cannot tell you how angry I was earlier, but Now that we got that bandage ripped off, I think that um, each race should be getting better from here on out. Um, I was like literally I think I slammed my hand on my desk a few times. I'm gonna make sure you don't gain a team because you don't deserve to another team. You basically have ownership of like 7 cars. You practically are the co-owner of this entire series. All right, that is it for the stream. I might get a little fun and stream tomorrow, something not summer series related, for fun. You know, maybe you guys can join in. We can have a good time. If not, maybe I can try to pull a video out of my rear this week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See how well tomorrow is. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the stream or the multiple streams. After this point, do not talk about any of the other previous streams. Just talk about this one. This was the only stream that happened tonight. Uh, nothing happened prior to this. All right, it's like Tiananmen Square. You don't talk about that in China. You don't talk about streams 1, 2, and 3. You talk about stream 4. That is the OG stream. That is the stream. All right. We have 11 concurrent viewers. What are we? Never mind. You know what? I figured out of boredom, I want to go back and I want to see. I want to see how this goes. I want to look back on some of the stuff that happened, just for funsies. Hi, Owen Aviation. Unfortunately, your car didn't really do much at all. Oh, that's nice. Unfortunately for you, this league is not gone well for you. You've been I think you've had mechanical issues and a wreck. But hopefully things go well after that. But yeah, that's cool. And it'd be kind of nice if we kept this pack for most of the race instead of having 4 cars ahead of everyone else. You know, that would be pretty cool. But I wasn't expecting it. There's the first accident. So he's gonna drive right into it. Might as well grab my thumbnail now. And I think that's too far. Actually, it doesn't look terrible. It's just too far out, though. One thing that we didn't see, though, that was common when in the races is that when cars slid down at the right angle, they would actually flip, hitting the banking. And I was kind of thinking that might was gonna happen during this accident, but it did not happen. The 23 is a little close. All right, and then we had a bunch of nonsense in between then and let's see what happened with it. With the 88, 83. Another interesting thing that happened was this lap car, Austin Brakey in the 83. Uh, when was his accident? Was this it? No. It was prior to this. This is what saved the race, in my opinion. We had a lot of LePaging going around in this race. And we'll snap a thumbnail of this as well, just for. I feel like right there is kind of intense. That's good. There's that, and then whole lot of racing. Oh yeah, look, the 67 car. Look at this charge to the field. Got stuck behind, and then watch this. Caught the whole way up, made that entire gap up, past the 71, and then made that entire gap up on its own. That is insane to me. Now we're gonna skip here to the final lap. Just coming down the back stretch. Turn number 4. First points winner of the entire season. I want to snap a nice. If we can get like a. Oh, this is not gonna work. Come on. Is that seriously the angles we got out of this? You know what? This might not be a bad angle. That might not be a bad angle. Alright. That was not as fun as I wanted it to be, but it was fun. Again, points out tomorrow. Next race is in 2 weeks. In between that will be maybe a couple things that I might do. Because this channel is not going to be all summer series. I can guarantee you that. There'll still be some crash compilations. I'm not going to like get rid of that. But yeah, with that being said, that's it for me tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. There will be some changes probably, mainly with the AI in the game. But other than that, see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and we don't have this situation happen ever again, and we don't have to pull another mulligan for stupid stuff happening. But yeah, that's it for me. See you guys